Hi legends, hope you're all having a beautiful Tuesday here. Bitcoin is dropping again. What is going on with the price of Bitcoin over here? And let me do this, switch myself on here. Hi legends, hope you're all having a fantastic day. What is happening with the price of Bitcoin over here? Are we going down to lower levels, or is this just a liquidity grab? Today we'll analyze the price of Bitcoin, go through some fundamental news around the world. Welcome to the live stream. Please share your comments, share your love, hit the like button, hit subscribe for future notifications. If you would like to contribute in the comments and you're unable to make comments, please note that it's for subscribers only. So once you've subscribed, it takes about 60 seconds and you'll be able to participate in the comments. Right, let's look at Bitcoin. What is going on here? Let me just do this here quickly. Everyone share my screen. I know it looks like a dirty kitchen over here. I've just been measuring out some levels. But before we get here, let me just take all of this crap here out the way, clean it out or clean it up nicely, switch this off. And let's go on to the 1 hour time frame. Let's just see where we are. Right, let's just see where we are from a bigger structure perspective. So we are all looking at this structure over here. Will this be the bullish structure that sends us back to all-time highs, or are we going to lose this structure? Like I mentioned yesterday during my update as well, like this level over here is important for us to still remain bullish and have a chance, for the bulls to have a chance to go and potentially claim the all-time highs. We need to hold this level. Right, let's analyze the price of Bitcoin here, see what are the possibilities. Can we still shoot up from here, or is there a higher probability for us to come and claim the lows right here at the moment? Okay, so for now, I would say we still have a chance. Welcome, Irina. I see you. Thank you so much for joining. Frederick. Nice work, Devil. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Dave, hello, Devil. Hi, welcome. Igor, hello from Macedonia. Wow, all the way from Macedonia or Macedonia. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Right, Mul, Yo-Yo, Devil, welcome. Sorry, Mul, I forgot to post the link for this live stream inside of the Discord for our community. But nonetheless, you guys do get notifications. You are subscribed, so you should know that I'm happy and I'm live, and we're going to analyze Valeria. Hi, welcome. Happy to see you. Happy to see you guys as well. Right, nice little dump here to the downside, and yet again another fake out, like I highlighted to the Legends community this morning as well in the Discord. Link is down in the description if you'd like to join. Fake out. What can we expect next year from the price of Bitcoin? Okay, and as you can see, you know, I've been measuring out like a crazy person some levels in terms of where we could end up at, but I will go through all these scenarios step by step so that it's simple to explain. Okay, right, the one thing we have to acknowledge, just taking stock of where we are, let's go on to the 4 hour. Okay, looking at this structure over here, you guys can see that it looks like we found the lows over here, okay, where this was an A, B, C, okay, and hopefully this is the end of the low over here, and this is the start of something new. But there's an important level that we need to hold here in order for the bulls to still have a chance to come and claim the all-time highs. Okay, if we lose a certain level over here, then there's a higher probability that even if we bounce from lower levels, we're most likely going to make a lower high and continue the momentum to the downside. Okay, so today I will be going through those levels and share with you what I see on the charts. This is obviously a very obvious trend line that we're tracking here to the downside, and you can see many taps, and there is a game of probabilities at play here, as well as to say that the more times you tap a trend, 1, fake out, 2, 3, 4, another fake out, 5, The chances are if we had to come back to this trend, it increases the probabilities that the breakout will be this time a true breakout to the upside. We've just been kissing this trend all the way down here, not successfully breaking this trend to the upside. Okay. Let me know in the comments, are you guys bullish? Are you bearish? Are you neutral? Are you just sitting on your hands? Have you been liquidated? Are you making money? Let me know in the comments. Right, okay, so what I'm kind of looking at, what I want to do now is I want to just zoom into this structure here quick and say, if you take a normal fib from the low to the high, okay, for bullish momentum to remain to the upside, you really want to see us hold the 0.786, okay, the 0.786 is also considered where this can be a 1, 2 and a big explosive third wave here to the upside. Okay, and a second wave has many targets from the 382, 50%, 618, 786, which is the last line in the sand. Probabilities start decreasing for impulsive moves to the upside when we start tapping the 0.88. Okay, then probability state, if you had to come back down here and you bounce on the 0.88, any move away becomes a corrective structure where you can have an ABC and then ABC back to the downside, where you're going to make that lower high. So we want this to be an impulsive structure here to the upside. We want this to be a 1, 2, 3. Okay, and this is the last, I would say this is the last line in the sand that the bulls have at the moment for us to still have a chance to have a third explosive wave here to the upside. The one thing I just want to quickly have a look at over here is to say that, well, what if? I like to play what if scenarios. If we do get the bounce at the 786, okay, and this is going to form an explosive move here to the upside. Okay, so let's put it here by the 786, speculating that we could bounce on this level. I just want to see, well, where can the third wave take us? The third wave can take us to the all-time highs. That's why I'm saying the bulls still have a chance. We still have a chance to bounce here or where we are right now to still come and claim the 1.618 level, right, which is in confluence with these highs. We still have a chance, but we need to hold this area. We really need to hold this area. Okay. Now what I want to do is just go through some comments here at the moment, and then I'm going to zoom into this structure over here to see what I see in this little area over here. So from a larger time frame perspective, we know where we are. We've kissed the trend. Okay, it's becoming weaker, increasing the probabilities. If we had to go back down or tap this trend once again, it increases probabilities that we're going to break it out successfully for the 7th time. Okay, the more touches, the better. The weaker it becomes in increasing the probabilities that you will have a breakout to the upside. Yeah, I think that would actually now be a better trend. Okay, just adjusting it slightly. Remember, the rule for trend line strategy is 1, 2, 3 touches. So I will trust the breakout when we break the newly adjusted trend over here. Okay, who else do we have in the house over here? I'm confused, a little bit bullish, but I entered yesterday at 62,300. 62,300. Okay, round about there, right? I'm assuming long. Today's morning I wake up and see that my long closed also at yes. I also had 2 long positions open on Blowfin and on Mexi, and the trading setup, let me see if I can bring it up here for you guys. I just want to share that trading setup. Let's do this. Let's do this. Nice little blank screen. Drag our Discord community over to this screen. I think I did share it here in the money shots yesterday. This is the trade that I took. Okay, hope everyone can see this. Right, SFP from the lows over there. Let me see if everyone can see that. Right, okay. I played this SFP here from the lows. I took the trade on Mexi and on Blowfin, low leverage, small positions here to the upside, and I took profits around about this area over here, 80% of the profits, and I left some of the position open, and then I got stopped out like 20 minutes ago. I got stopped out of these positions, but nonetheless, I did take some nice profits here to the upside. Okay. Also remember, if you guys would like to trade with me on Blowfin and Mexi, I did announce yesterday that some exciting things are coming to Blowfin. Blowfin, you don't need to KYC, okay? Up to an $80,000 bonus when you use this link down in the description to sign up. And the other nice thing is when you are signed up to Blowfin, right? Let me go open Blowfin over here. All you need is an email and a password. You will then land on a page like this, and this is the exciting news for those of you that would like to have some potential upside in the future. Is when you go to copy trading, you will now find me here. So when you go to this little search feature, okay, and you search for Dewald, you guys will see that I am over here, and I will start copy trading soon. Not ready yet, almost there. And please remember, there's only 200 spots left, and 5 of the positions has already been filled, so only 200 spots left if you guys would like to copy my trades. So getting ready for this, and if you use the link down in the description, you can come and join me as a copy trader. Also, no KYC required, up to 80k bonus depending on how much you deposit or trade. And that is basically the exciting stuff that we've got lined up for Blowfin at the moment. Right, so go down in the description, sign up if you want to benefit from these deals. Okay, let's go back onto the price of Bitcoin. I do like the dumpy action here. And right, let's go through some more comments. Of course, the mood is bullish for the portfolio. I want to go up. Yes, that's so true now. But for intraday trading, it doesn't matter. Yes, I agree with you, Irina, 100%. I can be a bull and a bear in the same hour from a day trading perspective. Obviously, from a spot bag perspective, or if you have some larger swing positions open to the upside, you want price to go up. Okay. But also, it's that catch-22. Can price go a little bit lower so that we can buy a little bit more specials? Always have to have dry powder on the side. Okay, going up is inevitable for all of us, definitely. I mean, I also see a more bullish long-term Bitcoin. Right, so guys, I see we're getting the drop over here. What I quickly want to go through is, let's just take some of this crap here out the way. And, ooh, nice little dump here to the downside. Guys, let's see if this 786 level holds. If this 786 level can hold over here, if I look at liquidity, this is what I was waiting for. I wanted us to grab that liquidity. Ooh, that liquidity disappeared so quickly. Let's go on to symbol. Just make sure, go on to the 3-day. Like minutes ago, there was so much liquidity here. Now it disappeared, but you can still see. Wait, can you guys see? Yeah, you can still see there's still a little bit of liquidity left over here. So I wanted us to grab this liquidity round about the 786 level to find momentum back to the upside. So looking at Bitcoin and where we are right now, what I would like to see, let's zoom into the structure, go on to the 15-minute time frame, and you guys will see why it was so crazy downstairs over here. Okay, so what I was looking at, let's start. Okay, that one is, just want to see which one it is. Okay, so I do like that we've now SFP'd from these lows. What I mean by SFP'd is we've grabbed the liquidity below these lows, okay? We hit a C wave target taken from this high to this low to this high, okay? When I take a fib expansion, you can see that we've hit the 1.236 over here. We found a little bit of consolidation, but we dipped down further. Ideally, I would like to see us tap this 1.618. I just love the 1.618 levels, purely from a fib extension perspective. If we can grab the 1.618 over here and find momentum back above the lows, that would be a ticket for me to long. This 1.618 level also has confluence with the largest 786 that I've just shared with you guys. Okay, do you guys see how the level starts lining up? So the game plan that I had over here is to say, let's take this brushes out here, is to say that, well, if we are forming a 1, 2, 3 here to the downside, I want to see us tap the 1.618 in confluence with the 786, grab all of the beautiful liquidity below this low and get a bounce back above. Okay, that will be my ticket. This is the ticket that I'm looking for. So I am not longing as we're having the drop. Okay, adding to my position, put a limit order over here, and then when you wake up, you are liquidated. Right. The other scenario that I'm watching is to say, okay, definitely this can still be a C wave here to the downside, or a third wave. I don't really care, but a wave nonetheless. I want to see us tap and how we are going to react here by the 1.618 level. If we had to come down here and we get acceptance back above 786 and the 1.618 level, I will definitely be interested in this area for a long ticket here to the upside. Okay. So that is kind of the trading setup that I'm watching over here. Another thing I wanted to quickly look at is to say that, well, what if this is a B, C? Okay, so from A to B, drag it across. I know, guys, this is very technical. I'm just measuring out some levels and I'm lining it up with other levels of confluence. So to make it easy, okay, to make it easy, you know that we want to find support by the 786. Okay, that's the easy way to do it, is to say that, do we find consolidation by the 786? Do we hold this level? I don't want to see us come to the 0.88. If we can get a bounce inside of this area from a simplicity perspective, this is definitely an area of interest for me. Okay. Now, from a Fib expansion perspective, I'm trying to see, well, do we have other levels of confluence there as well? And yes, we do have a 618, which is, if this is a 1, 2, 3 here to the downside, we have the 1.618 over here. But we are also inside a C wave target zone, so we can turn around from where we are right now. It's not to say that we have to hit the 1.618. Okay, another thing. So let's take this one here quickly out the way. Okay, is to say that, well, if this is A, B, C, then we can still come back down lower, which concerns me because it's very close to the 0.88. I don't like this. If this is A, B, C here to the upside, I don't like which is considered, so the 1236 and the 1382 is considered a B flat, extended B flat. Okay, so where you have an A, B, you take the low, and then you have impulses back to the upside. I don't like this because it's so close to the invalidation for impulses to remain to the upside. But like I've mentioned, it is all a game of probabilities. So there is still a chance that even if you hit the 0.88 over here, that you can still make impulses to the upside. It just is a lower probability. It's all just a game of probabilities. Okay, so I do like that it looks like we want to find support over here. It does look like we want to find support. So legends, looking at the 786, I would like us to come down a little bit lower. That would be nice. Okay, which is then, got that one. Just do this again. Okay, I would like us to hit the 1.618 from this move. Reverse it. In confluence with the 786. I would like us to come and tap this level. To me, you know, sometimes I sit on my hands, and if the price action doesn't give me what I want, I sit on my hands and I don't enter the trade. Okay. And this is my area of interest. And I always say, I do not trade to my area of interest. I trade from my area of interest. So I'm not going to start opening up positions here aggressively, adding to my position. And then when we hit over there, I have a big hole in my account already. I'm already deep in the minus and my entry is up here. I want my entry to be here. Okay. So I will be patiently waiting for that level to be hit. But I mean, we can consider this on the smaller time frames. It does look like this is, for now, a SFP from these lows. And we are currently showing the signs that this could be an SFP where you grab the liquidity and you find acceptance back above the level. So I'm not saying that we are definitely going to come and hit the 1.618. There is a definite possibility that we can start recovering from here. definitely a possibility. Okay, this is my area of interest. So as long as we are here, and even if we do get the bounce, then perhaps I will enter at the retrace. I want to see a sign of strength, perhaps bullish CVD building up between these two pivots. So I don't mind being a little bit late for the party, but at least I know I have a confirmed entry. Okay. Right, legends, let's see how this price action plays out. But for now, it looks like a successful SFP. C waves can end on high volume, which is fine. Yeah, it's just we are finding acceptance back above the 1.236, which is also a C wave target. So I just want to highlight to everyone over here the one ratio, the 1.236. Okay, let me do this. I actually have those levels specifically mapped out for C wave target. Let's do C wave targets. Okay, now it will only show me C wave targets. These are your C wave targets. 0.618, very rare for a C wave to the downside. 1-to-1 ratio, very common. 1.236, very common, and 1.618, little bit more rare, considered an extended C wave target, but I have seen it hit many times on the price of Bitcoin. So quite a big area for a C wave to hit here to the downside. Okay, but from a simplicity perspective, I mean, SFP, do you play the SFP with good risk management? As always, good risk management. Don't risk more than what you can afford to lose, considering the possibility that we can still come and hit this level. So, you know, you want to be defensive, because price action might look like it's a successful SFP and then it starts recovering and it does this. Okay, I've seen it double bottoms. I've seen this play out many times. Right, I mean, this was a beautiful SFP. I love SFPs like this, where you come down, you grab the liquidity, and you move away. Those are the best ones to play. Also here on top, we had a daily level, just to show everyone. Okay, we had a daily level over here. So when we SFP'd over here and we started moving up here, look at how beautifully we SFP'd from this daily level. Do you guys see how well daily and weekly levels and point of controls work on Bitcoin, on more mature markets? You grab the liquidity, you tap the trend, you get rejected, you enter stop loss. As soon as you move into the green, you move your stop loss to break even, and happy days all the way here to the downside. So two beautiful trades that you could have played. Unfortunately, if I was awake, I would have played this swing failure pattern here, but that was 2:45 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning when this played out here in South Africa. Right, legends, that is basically what I see here on the price of Bitcoin. I see the alts are bleeding as well. So come on, give us that level, give us this level. If we can get this level, that would be absolutely fantastic. Okay. Also, what I just need to make you guys aware of is that you can tap the level and move away. Definitely a possibility. Often what happens is that this is a 1, 2, 3, and then it looks like it's moving up, and then it does this. Okay, so just be careful for that. And that's why I'm such a persistent trader. If I'm entering over here and I'm my position and we start moving and I'm in the green, I immediately protect my position. If I get stopped out and we get acceptance back above the level, I re-enter. Okay, I'm not scared to re-enter a trade depending on what price action is showing me. Okay, in confluence with the 786 level over here. Right, so I would like a little bit lower down here. That would make my heart happy. Okay, let's go through some comments. Take this out the way. Watch and listen. Love your channel. You are so calm and collected. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Alexander, greetings to all. I made it in time. Yes, an early live stream here from me today. I thought yesterday I only did a YouTube update. I was busy making a nice little video that will be released on Sunday. Okay, so it took quite a lot of time, and I was so tired after I made that update that I was like, I don't have energy to do anything else. I just wanted to go lay in a bath, go to bed and sleep. Right, who else? Sal123, salam. 59k and then up. Valeria, are you aiming for 59k then up? Definitely a possibility. I mean, looking at the larger time frame over here, okay, we do still have some support levels to contend with, but I mean, if this structure does not hold for that bounce here to the upside, there is definitely a possibility that we can claim the liquidity below the lows over here. Definitely a possibility. So I do see you said $57,000, no? 59k round about here. So yeah, basically grabbing the liquidity below the lows, and this is also an area of interest for me, so I trade from my areas of interest. If we lose the 786, we come back to the 0.88. You must also, guys, a little tip of the trade, little trick of the trade is that when you use Fibonacci, and the Fibonacci traders out there will know, you get a Fibonacci trading strategy. Okay, the Fibonacci traders will know there's always a very high probability that when you have a nice fib from the low to the high and your retracement takes you all the way to the 0.88, there is a high probability, it doesn't always play out, but just a high probability that when you tap the 0.88, you go back, you retest the 618, and then you go claim the low. Okay, this plays out very often. I've seen it play out hundreds of times on the price of Bitcoin. The scenario where you tap the 0.88, you retrace to the 618, and then you claim the lows. And then when we do claim the lows, do we SFP? Okay, or do we retest it as resistance and find further continuation to the downside? Okay. And then, I mean, if we do have a successful SFP, then people will look at this as beautiful double bottom. Guys, we're going up. Beautiful double bottom. Okay. Should I go through a little bit of altcoins? I think before I go through the altcoins, I just want to share a little bit of fundamental news that I went through this morning. Okay, let's get into some fundamental news. First up, April candle close. So, I mean, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green months in a row from a monthly perspective. This is absolutely insane. We are now, for the first time, today's the last day, going to see a red month close. Month of April, red month close here on the price of Bitcoin. So basically what they're highlighting over here is that we just need to hold this level around about $62,800. Okay, we need to hold this level. Right, is the moon indicator still correct? We'll go and have a look at the moon phases in a moment. The dollar is currently doing a bearish retest while BTC is making a bullish retest. Okay, so I think they're referring here to USDT dominance. So what you want is you want dominance to go down so that the price of Bitcoin can go up. So USDT dominance basically means how much money is inside USDT. And it could be a sign when USDT goes up, it's people withdrawing the money out of their favorite altcoins and Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they're holding on to stable coins. And when USDT dominance goes down, it means that people are actually deploying their money into trades, into long-term positions. So is this the moment we have a bearish retest of USDT dominance, which could send the price of Bitcoin up, but you want to see this go down here as well? Okay, so it's decision time. It really is decision time for the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin miners' revenue has dropped to levels seen in early 2023 following the halving. Obviously, you know, it just makes logical sense that if you were able to mine 1 Bitcoin per day, which equals whatever the price is currently, so $62,000 or $68,000, $61,000, now you're getting half of that. So now you can only mine half a Bitcoin a day, which means you get half of what it's worth. So the theory behind Bitcoin is it's designed in such a way that every time the halving takes place, price is theoretically supposed to be going higher because supply is being cut in half. So when supply diminishes, price goes up. So now that they have two options, they capitulate. So a lot of people speculating that some of the miners are going to go out of business because either they can't run their operational cost based on what they can mine now per day, or they wait for the price to rise. So let's see who can stay in the game long enough to benefit from the price to the upside. Okay, next up, big breaking: 3 Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs in Hong Kong have officially started trading. Okay. I don't see that reflected in the price of Bitcoin just as yet. Perhaps, you know, like most of us, people want to buy the dip. Maybe they're waiting for the dip, or maybe they're waiting for the dip, right, before people start aggressively deploying their cash. Okay, back onto the news. Latest, Morgan Stanley has filed with the SEC to allow for Bitcoin ETF exposure for 12 of its funds. Morgan Stanley has 15,000 plus brokers. So still some bullish sentiment out in the market. The problem is people need to start buying, because it's only buying that's going to drive the price to the upside. Next up, breaking: the SEC has been investigating Ethereum since March. So some bearish news for Ethereum. Let's go have a quick look at Ethereum over here. Let's see what Ethereum is doing. Oof. Obviously had a bigger dump than Bitcoin, and I suppose it's because dominance is climbing. Yes, dominance is climbing here to the upside. Let's go into the 8 hour. Let's just see. I mean, for those of you that don't know, Bitcoin dominance is when dominance goes up and Bitcoin goes down, the alts bleed very hard. Okay, when dominance goes up and Bitcoin goes up, alts stay the same. But when Bitcoin goes up and dominance fall, that is when you see that explosive popcorn effect on some of your favorite altcoins. So this is not good. Dominance is going up and Bitcoin is falling, hence you see the alts bleeding here to the downside. Okay, let's go back here onto Ethereum. Ooh, you guys can see I've been tracking this one as well. See, well, where can we go? We'll take some of these levels out, some resistance, support, and we have broken this trend that I've been keeping an eye on. And I mean, the next area or the next trend that I would like to see us break is this one over here. So perhaps we are still inside, you know, keeping the technical analysis simple over here. Perhaps it's as simple as we are inside of this triangle, right? Expecting either a move down or a breakout to the upside. So it still has a lot of time to make a decision. I mean, up until the tippy point of this triangle, we're looking at June 2024. Still a couple of months away, 2 months away. Okay, so we can still be ranging inside here for much longer. But there's also that rule that says that from the start, 75% into the triangle, you could have your breakout anytime to the downside or to the upside. Okay, so Ethereum, I just want to reverse a little bit over here. Let's go on to the daily over here. Okay. I'm not sure if you guys saw my update on Ethereum a while ago. It was a while ago. Okay. So looking at Ethereum from a macro perspective, spot bag perspective, I've been tracking this channel. Okay. Where you can see beautiful tap the high, tap the low again, tap the high, and then we had the breakout. And now we are retesting the top of this channel in confluence with this support. Okay, so this support, sorry guys, actually needs to be green, right? We haven't lost it yet. We are still finding support there. So this support is very important for Ethereum to still have bullish momentum to the upside. Okay, this support needs to hold. Sorry guys. And it's also retesting the top of this channel. Okay, and we are still carrying the momentum to the outside. We haven't lost trend yet. So for Ethereum to still have a chance for momentum to the upside, you want to see us hold the support. You want to see us hold the trend, okay, for that explosion here to the upside. And then we still have resistance to deal with on our way up. Okay, from a bearish perspective, it's quite obvious you lose the support. Okay, if we had to come back down here, then we get acceptance back inside the channel. When you get acceptance back inside the channel, probabilities increase that you are either going to come and test the middle of the channel, the 50% of the channel, or you're going to come back all the way down to the channel, right? So lose the support, and this is potentially your next bouncing area. lose the 50%, then this is your next bouncing area, around about $1,900. And I'm sure this is not what everyone wants to hear. I have to always highlight bullish and bearish scenarios. I cannot just sit here and tell you guys, wait for the break of this trend, we're going to $5,000. No, I can't. We are currently, from what I'm seeing, holding support. While we are holding support, there is still a higher probability that we can break out to the upside. Getting acceptance back inside of the channel means one thing for me, okay? If we had to get acceptance back here inside of this channel, there's a high chance that we are going to come and bounce here by $2,300, and perhaps this will be the breakout, okay? Like what happened over here, we found support. Can you guys see the 50% FIB, or the 50% line inside of the channel, how it acted as support and resistance beautifully during this consolidation area, okay? Rejected over there, broke through, failed, okay, resistance, well, failed to break through, resistance, right? So if we get acceptance back inside this channel, we lose the support, $2,300, and then to the bottom of the channel, $1,900, $1,800. But still, I will still be bullish on Ethereum even if it does this, because the macro trend is still up, okay? I'll still be bullish, and I will most probably add up very aggressively if we get here on my Ethereum spot bags. Okay, but definitely I will also be loading up in the 50% zone, because you could be doing that as well. So that is kind of what I'm seeing on Ethereum over here for those Ethereum lovers out there. And I think it still has potential here to the upside. I mean, we have to acknowledge that Bitcoin is here already. Bitcoin has claimed the all-time highs. Ethereum, not so much. It's lagging behind. Okay, so perhaps it's building up the strength over here to come and claim the highs once again. Well, not once again, to go and claim the highs like Bitcoin has done already. Okay. What else? Let's go through some comments. Are there any altcoins you guys would like me to have a look at? Okay. Let's see. Hi, Andy, absolute legend. Welcome, Andy, absolute legend. If you guys would like to check out Andy's live stream, and you can go search for Andy Bitcoin Senses on YouTube. Andy is an absolute legend, one of the best range traders that I've ever come across. He applies exceptionally good risk management. This morning we were in a meeting and we both saw that we were in exactly the same trade from yesterday. Okay, so we see the same thing sometimes, and we see the same levels of confluence, and we enter with good risk management. So welcome, Andy. Nice to see you here. Andy, 1 million. Andy, okay, got the orders set 30% further down on alts. Let's get the flush, baby. So Yellow, you're saying that we are still going to get another 30% down, flush to the downside. The one thing I want to highlight also here with you guys is I do like the downwards momentum. Just, you know, let's see. Area of interest for me is the 786 in confluence with the 1.618. Let's see how we react over here. For those of you that's only joining the live stream now, that is my area of interest. Okay, let's see if the 786 level can hold over here. The other thing I wanted to highlight over here, just quickly, legends, when I go on to the 12 hour, let's choose the 12 hour over here, clean this up, take the FIB out the way. I want to look at corrective timing. Okay, so what I'm seeing over here, okay, FIB time. Do you guys know FIB time? Do you guys know FIB time, right? Timing in markets play a very important role. So you can see if every impulse has a correction, and it usually has a time FIB relationship with it. So you can see, and I've gone through this many times and I will keep on going through it, is that you have an impulse, you have a correction. You have an impulse, you have a correction. You have a massive impulse, now you have a correction. Now the question is, the big question is, this correction, okay, was it correcting this impulse for further continuation to the upside, or is this correction correcting this entire impulse? Okay, so just to quickly show you guys an example is that when I start zooming into this price action over here, so let's just zoom in there so I can show everyone. When you take a time FIB from the low to the highest point. Okay, let me zoom in some more so you guys can see this clearly. Right, okay. You can see where we started turning around was around about 618 and the 1-to-1 ratio. So you basically have a 1-to-1 ratio, and then you have an explosion to the upside. So the waves balance out. You have an impulse and you have a correction for the same duration before you see the impulse back to the upside. Okay, and the same thing can be said for the next one. Look at this impulse. Okay, so we take a time fib from the low over here to the high. Okay, 1, 1, bam. Do you guys see that? How important corrective structures and impulses are from a time perspective. So from the low to the high, from the high to where before we started the impulse, 1-to-1. You guys can't see it so clearly, but it's the 1-to-1 ratio, 1-to-1, and you shoot up to the upside. Okay. Now let's go do it for our favorite, where price action is at the moment. This is what everyone wants to see, right? Okay. Now I'm looking at this impulse, and this is now where things gets interesting. Okay, when I take a time fib from the, okay, I would say that's the low, right? Let's do it from this low over here to the high. Look at where we are. Okay, we are already past the 2.368. We were supposed to enter correction. Theoretically, hypothetically, this is the area where you want to see the correction finish. Okay, we are already past it. So this tells me that this correction is not for this impulse anymore. It is impulsing, it is correcting a bigger structure. Okay, and what do I mean by that? Simple education, guys. When you have impulses to the upside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this correction corrects this impulse. This correction corrects this impulse. When you get to wave number 5 to the upside, this correction, okay, corrects the entire structure. Okay, hope that makes sense. So what I'm now looking at is to say, there's one of two things that can happen here. This correction is either for this impulse, or this correction can last much longer where it is correcting this entire structure, which means that the correction can still last a lot longer than what people think. Okay, so for now, let's just go measure it. If this correction is correcting this structure starting from here, let's see if we are still inside of the safe zone. Okay, so take a fib, time fib from the low to the high, and I do like this. Okay, so for now we are still safe. This correction can still be for this impulse, because look at where we are. We are almost at the 1-to-1. You guys see that? Okay, so there's still a chance we can find upwards momentum. The correction is over, it has corrected this structure, and then we start building the next impulse to the upside. Okay, and what I'm suspecting, legends, what I'm suspecting for now until price action proves otherwise, is that once we get another leg up here, okay, looking at, let's go on to the daily so it just looks a little bit more clearer. What I am suspecting is to say that when, let's say for example, we do correct here by the 1-to-1 ratio and we make a new all-time high, I am then suspecting that the correction that follows this move is going to correct this entire structure. Okay, because at the moment each correction has only been correcting this structure. Okay, this correction has corrected that structure. This correction is now correcting this structure. So it almost feels like the next move up, the correction needs to correct the entire structure, which means that this correction can last for very long. It can either be shallow, where it finds support above the high, but it consolidates, or we can come back, bounce on this trend, okay, or even on this trend, or even on this trend. We will just see how price action plays out. So I'm not here to scare anyone. I'm just saying it's definitely a possibility. Okay, but for now, let's work with what we have today, is to say that, well, it looks like from a timing perspective, looking at this structure, okay, this correction is almost done from a one-to-one perspective. It can extend a little bit to the 1.236, and I have seen corrections extend even to the 1.618. Okay, but you guys can see from the examples that I've shown you here, it is one-to-one, one-to-one. So maybe Bitcoin loves the one-to-one extensions where this will be a one-to-one and then we break out. Okay, hope this makes sense. A little bit of education here on the channel. Okay, for those of you that's just joined that hasn't seen what I've shared during the beginning of the live stream, guys, Blowfin. Okay, down in the description of this video, you will see I've got Blowfin over here where you don't need to KYC. Okay, you get up to 80k bonus by using the link down in the description to sign up. Once you go into the exchange, you will then see that you can go and search for me as a copy trader. Okay, as a master copy trader. You can click on this little hourglass, you can type in Devil, you will find me there. There are only 200 spots, 5 has already been filled, so I can only take 200 people where I will soon be starting my copy trading journey over here. Okay, so you can come and follow me from a copy trading perspective. You only benefit from this by using the link down in the description. So I hope you guys can join me. Only 195 spots left. Right, let's go through some more comments over here. Perhaps we can go and look at one or two altcoins. Okay. Good morning, Devil. Playing with my new toy, Blowfin. Claude. Welcome, Claude. I actually met up with Claude yesterday. What an absolute amazing legend. It was so nice to have a little bit of a chat with him. I like to engage with the community to get a feel for what do you guys like, what don't you like, what should I do less of, what should I do more of. So very insightful conversation. Claude, I appreciate the conversation we had yesterday. Some nice feedback, some nice insight, and welcome Alexander, Andy, and we are waiting for a rebound from the 786 levels. Yes, that is definitely the level that I'm having a look at as well. So guys, before we jump off the price of Bitcoin, just in summary, this is the level that I'm watching. Okay. And like I say, I trade to my, I trade from my area of interest, not to my area of interest. Okay. I want to see how we are going to react here by the 786. Keeping it simple. Okay. We might not get there, but I want to see how we're going to react by the 786. It kind of feels that looking at the structure, just in summary, and I've spoken about this in depth during the beginning of the stream, is that for bulls to still have a chance to go and claim the all-time highs, you want to see the 786 level hold. Okay. And I'm not saying it's impossible to do this. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just a lower probability. Okay. Because often when you hit the 0.88 from a Fibonacci perspective, any move away becomes corrective and not impulsive. So you can definitely get a bounce. I have seen many bounces. You get a bounce, but then it falls down again. Where when you bounce in this area, the bounce usually takes you to much higher levels. Okay. Right. If you would like the detailed update of what I did here and how I measured the waves, just rewind back to the beginning of the live stream. Let's go jump through some alts here at the moment. I have time to do one or two alts. Okay, let's go. Gala. Let's check Gala. Right. Quick analysis here on the price of Gala. Ooh, it's bleeding. It's bleeding. Minus 6% on the day. Ooh, this does not look good. Okay, well, it's still bullish. Still keeping. This needs to be green. Here's my support. Okay, guys, keeping it simple, looking at the price of Gala, if I go into the 4 hour, this is the trend that I'm tracking. Okay, and perhaps I can even adjust this trend a little bit. I like this trend. Okay, minimum requirement is 3 touches. Set the alarm, watch the trend, and you can definitely, I don't care what happens here, whether it goes up, sideways, left, right, center, I don't care. Keep an eye on this trend over here. Right. Wait for the successful breakout of this trend. You want to see support hold here around about 35 cents. This area must hold, okay? And also in confluence with the trend. So if we had to come back down here, okay, if we had to come back down here, we hold support, we have a fake out and a breakout to the upside, nice bounce on the trend, getting acceptance back inside of the support. and we could see a breakout here to the upside. So keeping it simple, it's not easy to trade altcoins with daily and weekly levels. It just doesn't respect it at all. So what I do is simple resistance and supports. I track it with a trend line and I monitor the breakout. Do I see bullish or proof of support, proof of resistance? Do I see a breakout with high volume behind it? Do you see a 1 hourly candle close outside of the trend? Those are all tips and tricks that I look for when I play my breakout strategy here to the upside. So for now, nothing to do at the moment on Gala, right? Also, when I look at this structure over here, I mean, there's still a chance from the low to the high. You can see we haven't even tapped the 0.618. So there's still a chance that inside of this area, okay, between the 786, the 618, and the 50% that we've just lost now at the moment, there's still a chance that we can do this, where this is a 1, 2, 3 to the upside. Okay, but it needs to also, like on Bitcoin, it needs to hold the 786 level at 37 cents. It needs to hold that level. Okay, that is Gala. Render, Safe Moon, does it still exist? Does Safe Moon still exist? Guys, I bought a bag of Safe Moon during 2020, I think, during 2020, and I think it just went to zero. So I didn't even know that Safe Moon still exists. Okay, let's go have a look at Render. Render. Okay. I shared with the legends in the Discord community that I was interested in a render trade here to the upside. Okay, I have a clear invalidation. If I get stopped out, I don't mind. My invalidation is over here, and I started entering, or I started adding to my position in this area over here. I started adding to my opening up the position with a clear invalidation, expecting a breakout, a retest, and continuation here to the upside. And I'm very close to the invalidation. It's a low leverage, low capital trade for me. So if I do get stopped out and we get acceptance back above and we come and claim this high, I will simply re-enter. Okay, but low leverage, low capital, don't risk more than what you can afford to lose. From a larger time frame perspective, or from a Fib perspective, let's just go first see from a Fibonacci perspective. Okay, there's still a chance. There is definitely still a chance where this can be a 1, 2, 3. Okay. And what I do like about Render is it's already outside of the trend. Okay, it has not broken back. So there is still a chance. There is still a chance that we can still come back down here, test the $7 area for a bounce. But you want to see us hold the support, and you don't want to see us come back to the 0.88, around about $6.6, $6.7. Okay, so there's still a chance for Render here to the upside. What else? I mean, from a daily perspective, Render has just done amazing things here to the upside. Okay, I mean, when you start zooming out here on Render, it is one of those coins that has already claimed the all-time highs, like Injective Protocol. It has already claimed the highs. So a lot of people look at this and they're like, no, I'm not entering. But I mean, you need to acknowledge that this is offering support at the moment, and this could have been a breakout, a retest, or continuation to the upside. Definitely a possibility. Also just tracking the momentum. Okay, let me just take some of this Fibs and stuff out. Tracking this momentum here to the upside. Okay, so if this trend can hold, the support can hold, the trend can hold, we can still find ourselves climbing out of this situation that we are in at the moment. Okay, but it can definitely be also a lower high and you break the trend and you come bounce on this trend over here. And I mean, ladies and gentlemen, if this had to play out, okay, if we had to make a lower high over here, we break the trend, lose the support, and we come and bounce on this trend, I will be aggressively adding to my position. This is where you want to buy. Render is an absolute phenomenal fundamental project. It's definitely one of those AI tokens that you want to have in your bags. Okay, if this scenario had to play out, Deerwold will be there buying everyone's Render that they are too scared, okay, that they are selling because they're scared they're losing money. Deerwold will be there buying their Render from them. if the scenario had to play out. But I mean, this is still a good load up zone. Where we are right now, we have to acknowledge that it's still a good load up zone, because we might never even get this situation. We're just going to find support here and start breaking out. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining the stream. That is unfortunately all I have time for today. Please smash up the like, show some love, and subscribe for future notifications. Have yourselves a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers for now.